This is Vegeta8259 again, and as you can see, I finally finished painting my perfect grade Gundam Astray. And if you followed my blog, then you would know that this took a lot longer than I originally intended it to. But I went with the Astray gold frame color scheme rather than painting it up red. Actually, that was my intention all along, was to go with the gold frame color scheme. I decided on that before I even bought the kit. So yeah, it took about a month to paint it, which is longer than I wanted, but I did finally get it finished, and I might just have to pick up the camera to show it off. So yeah, I didn't bother painting the two swords because the gold frame doesn't have swords, so I just left those unpainted and instead gave the gold frame two beam rifles. So I know a lot of you are going to be asking like what color gold I used and all that stuff, so I'll go over the colors first. For the gold parts, what I did was I used Rust-Oleum gold paint and just sprayed it straight on the inner frame parts. I didn't use any primer because Rust-Oleum's gold is really durable, so I wasn't really worried about it flaking off or anything, so it stood up pretty well. But that by itself, the Rust-Oleum gold is kind of a pale gold color. I wasn't too crazy about it. So on top of that, I sprayed some Mr. Hobby clear yellow, and that gave me this really nice rich yellowy gold color that I like so much. And so that's what I used for the majority of the inner frame. Some of the parts, like on deep in the inside where you can't even see them, I just left the bare gold without the clear yellow on top because, I mean, if you can't see them, there's not really a point in putting too much effort into them. So anyway, that's what I did for the gold parts, and I think it turned out really nice. They're still nice and metallic. They look gold, not yellow. So yeah, I'm really satisfied with the gold stuff. The few red parts that are on the Astray, I used a similar method. As you can see, I've got kind of a metallic red. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera too well, but basically I just sprayed all the red parts that same Rust-Oleum gold color, but instead of spraying on clear yellow, I sprayed on clear red, which gave them a nice metallic red look. And basically all I had to do for that was the eye lids and the chin piece, these two little red squares on the chest, and then the stomach piece, and that was pretty much it. For the black parts, the torso, the feet, the shield, I used a metallic black. It's called Krylon oil rubbed bronze, which is a very fine particle metallic black, but instead of using silver for the metallic agent, it actually uses gold. And you really can't tell too much because it's mostly black, but it was just kind of a different metallic black than what you usually get. And plus having gold mixed in it rather than silver, I thought was kind of a nice touch, seeing as how I was painting the gold frame. The white parts are just plain gloss white. That's another point. I didn't use a dull coat on this kit. I just left everything. I used gloss paint, but really it's more of a semi-gloss because I only used one coat. If I'd used two coats, it would have been a really high gloss like my Master Grade Camphor, but I didn't want it super glossy, so I just used one coat of gloss, so that way it's not super glossy, but it still looks new, like maybe a mobile suit that hasn't gone into battle yet. Anyway, where was I? Pretty much the only other color I used was this metallic gray, which is just a dark silver color, and then painted on a few highlights with Gundam markers. I had to use a white paint marker to paint the hands. I'll do a close-up of those. I went within a manga accurate color scheme for the hands, because I just didn't like Bandai's coloring for the Perfect Grade's hands, where it was like white, red, white for the finger joints. But yeah, if you look at the manga, you can tell that the fingers are like white on the outside, but the joints and the bottom sides of the fingers are still gold or red or blue, depending on which Astray you're talking about. And so I went with that color scheme, and I think it actually works out pretty well. So you can bend the fingers and make a fist, and you see all the gold joints down in there, and I think it turns out pretty nice in my opinion. Used gray for the lower torso, and I think that's about it for colors. Yeah, I didn't bother painting these clear green parts that are in various places. I just left those as is. Oh wait, there are some other color pieces I painted. The beam sabers I kind of halfway painted. Basically, the top third of the beam saber is still clear, and so you can still see the little sparkly things in it. But then towards the bottom, I took my fluorescent pink spray paint and just sprayed it about between a half and 2/3 of the way up, so it just looks brighter and more solid towards the base, where the energy is going to be more intense, and then just had it kind of taper off until it's more clearish at the end here. And I found myself doing that a lot more often, especially on like master grades and stuff. Let's see, so yeah, that's basically it. I didn't change anything else to the kit itself other than the colors. As far as decals go, I applied all of the decals that came with the kit, except for the ones that would identify this as the red frame, like the Logule decals on the shoulders and the shield and the knees and stuff like that. I left those off because obviously Logule doesn't pilot the gold frame. However, Samuel from SamuelDecal.com has whipped me up a nice set of gold frame decals for the Perfect Grade, which I'll probably buy this week, and however long it takes them to get to me, I'll put them on when they get here. So yeah, then I'll have some nice gold frame specific decals for the shoulders and knees and the shield and stuff. And yeah, actually, I'm really pleased how that Rust-Oleum gold I used didn't clog up any of the joints. Of course, with a model kit this big, it's kind of hard to clog up the joints no matter how hard you try, because the joints are so big that a reasonable amount of paint wouldn't come close to clogging them up, so I don't think you really have to worry about that problem on Perfect Grades too much. So anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to show you guys my gold frame after I got done painting it. And I'm glad that I finally finished painting this Perfect Grade before my next one, the 00 Riser, arrives. Because I got a shipping notice from HobbyLink Japan on Friday, but according to the tracking number, they didn't ship it until Monday, November 30th. So it should be here later this week, maybe this weekend. I'm thinking Friday or Saturday it should probably be arrive. So when it does, you guys will definitely be the first ones to see my unboxing video, so stay tuned for that. Alright, guess that does it for about the I cannot talk today. I've been stumbling over my words all day. I guess that does it for the Perfect Grade gold frame, and I will see you guys next time.